Good morning.
I'm just like big derp.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Oh, wow. We have way more room on your side of the screen, Carla Marie.
Oh, Monica from Phoenix. Good morning.
Good
I
morning.
feel like I haven't seen that name.
Not in a while, at least. So, real quick, because obviously we want the hype train to get started, which usually on a Monday is pretty easy because like subscriptions end over the weekend and things like that. So, if we do get through the hype train, and we got to give them a shout out anyway because they are helping us do this special broadcast on Wednesday. Explain what we're drinking tonight, this morning.
We've got On the Rocks. It should be night. On the Rocks. They're pre-made cocktails. So Anthony, you have, I believe I grabbed you the old fashioned.
Old fashioned with Knob Creek.
And I have the jalapeno pineapple margarita.
So, and I know I said Knob Creek. Knob Creek is not the company that makes this. It's On the Rocks is the name of the actual company.
Yeah.
On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, but they use Knob Creek bourbon in their old fashioned. And what does yours use?
Trace.
3 generations, but in Spanish.
3 generations in Spanish tequila. So, all you have to do is like pour it over ice, and there's your entire drink.
Do we have ice?
It's in.
Oh, we'll slide it
We
over.
didn't hit the hype train, sir.
Well, no, just slide it over at least.
I got you the big one.
Oh, cool. So, oh wow, we're already through hype train level 3. So thank you very much. So today isn't a shot necessarily or a shooter, but we will be sipping these as we do the show. Now,
well, Wednesday night stream, because you just said it's a specialty stream.
Yes.
It is the RTD Awards, the Ready to Drink Awards, where I don't know if you know what you're wearing yet, but we gotta look fancy.
So I might wear, and I know this is in the award show circuit, this is a bit taboo. Okay. I might wear the same shirt that I wore last time, mainly because it has a bunch of like cocktail, and I wore it also to Seattle Cocktail District. It's a button-down shirt from the Roosevelt, and it's got just a bunch of like cocktail glasses and champagne bottles and stuff on it. And I feel like it's a good shirt for the things that we do. I feel like I've now worn it probably 4 times for things we've done with Seattle Cocktail Club.
I could wear it again, my dress. It's in storage, and it won't zip. Not that it needs to, because no one's going to be behind me. But we'll see. I may have something else.
Well, if it doesn't zip, doesn't it like not fit properly?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. But Wednesday night, Ready to Drink Awards with Seattle Cocktail Club. We're going to be streaming from here. They are actually doing a live watch party.
I'd rather be at the live watch party than where I am.
I know. And they're going to be at a bar in Seattle watching the award show, which is where we're going to reveal the winners of certain drink categories. And I remember last year, some of them were like best poolside cocktail, best, I don't know, like citrus cocktail. I haven't even seen the list yet, but I do know we are getting the envelopes. Like, it is super official.
Envelopes.
Anyway,
it's Meg, not Megan. Real quick, congratulations. So it's probably not on your screen anymore, the comments, but she said, so I asked for good vibes a few weeks ago for a job interview. I got the job. Thanks for the good vibes.
Amazing.
And that goes out to everyone in the chat. And that's one of my favorite things is when people are going through something, whether it was Wendy going through her surgery or job interviews or things like that. This community has been very supportive of one another. So thank you very much. And congratulations to Meg.
That's amazing. What's the job? Like, can we come to it?
Most jobs you can't just show up to, Carla Marie. I don't know why you'd want to either. Is it remote, I guess? Because I just saw someone say yay for remote work.
So I'll come over to your house.
So whether you're on the unemployment train like Carla Marie and I.
I'm not unemployed, sir. I have a business.
Yeah, you're unemployed.
Well, the government ain't paying me to be unemployed, so I'm not using that.
That's true. Let's see. We are at level 4 of the hype train, 4% of the way there with 3 minutes left. And I do want to put what we're going to talk about on the screen quickly. So hopefully, God damn it, that's the old one. It didn't update. Hold, please.
Okay, so she's in IT and it's procurement. It's mostly remote, so I can watch you live.
Cool.
That's all that matters.
That is the most important.
So technically, we can come to your job. Cool.
Are we there right now?
Does anyone have a job I can show up to? I just want to come visit people at work.
Why?
Bring you some stickers, some chapstick.
All of a sudden, you're the Carla Marie and Anthony street team?
I never worked in street team out, and maybe now's my time to do it. Although, I guess Also, when we had our morning show, we did sometimes
Yes, we did a lot of that.
wear the street team.
Let's see. Thank you very much to Lisa and Court and Jen, who all just gifted some subs. Audrey, the only G, did that as well, pushing us through Hype Train level 4.
The Kimmy Cam.
So the Kimmy Cam said, come to my vet clinic, which is perfect timing. So we are going to talk about the Puking Cat weekend and why this show almost didn't happen in its entirety this morning. Selena Gomez has cookware. That's the
What?
headline, but I want to talk about something else along with that.
I know where you're
Bling Empire drama, which is not a show that I watch, but it's a show that I have been forced to
listen
take
to.
in because Carla Marie has been watching it all weekend. And The Morning Brew. We're going to talk about that and know that is not a new show that we're starting. And Lunchbox Lob, thank you very much for the 5 gifted tier 1 subs, which means we can now crack open our drinks. Everyone, if you have a subscription and you have the emote, feel free to put the shot glasses in the chat.
Also,
That's how you toast with us.
Wednesday night, when we're doing our live stream, feel free to drink along with us. Drink responsibly, the same way we will be drinking right now responsibly. But get the same one so we can all drink together.
Yeah.
All right, so literally it just says open and pour over ice.
Done and done.
Get out of here. Man, why do we even have to take that whole cocktail class with Seattle Cocktail Club? All right, what do we got in here? Made with triple distilled, Plaza tequila, triple sec, and natural flavors colored with fruit juice.
Made with this one, the old fashioned, made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, bitters, and natural flavors.
So, what happens every time I get a jalapeno margarita?
You dislike it because it's too spicy for you.
Yeah, and I do go back again.
Yes.
And I just sniff this, and I got some jalapeno in my nose.
Oh, that smells like jalapeno.
I mean, I should
Well,
have put salt.
thank you to everyone who is throwing the shot glasses in the chat. Thank you to everyone who got us this far into the hype train. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Carla Marie. Cheers to
Cheers.
Saddle Cocktail Club and On the Rocks.
Oh wow. And no, it's not spicy. I mean, it's
No.
got a kick, but I'm good.
This is a very smooth old fashioned,
Wow, I'm going to go to
which I, for the longest time, didn't realize there was
Fashioned.
an ED at the end. I would just call it like old fashioned,
Yeah.
but it's an old fashioned. But this
Wow.
is actually very, very
I'm
good.
taking this in my purse to Mexican restaurants.
I don't know if that's allowed. And I will say, if you are with us on Wednesday night, and especially if you're deciding to have some drinks along with, you're right there.
It went down the wrong
Oh.
pipe. It's not spicy.
Feel free to use the shot glass emote every time we're announcing a winner and taking a sip. Wow, there's a lot of shot glass emotes
I
in
know
this chat.
today, yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Wow, this is so good. I'm so happy. I was really scared it was going to be spicy, and I was going to be like, okay, I'm dead.
So, Rebash24 said, Carla Marie, I really want to try that one. Must order.
Yeah.
And what else do we have here? If you want all the information, by the way, all you've got to do is go to saddlecocktailclub.com. And they'll have all the info for the live stream there, or just make sure you're following along on this page.
Yep.
Right here on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube later, go to Twitch and follow along so that you can get the notification when we go live Wednesday night, 5:30 on the West Coast, 8:30 on the East Coast.
Also, I guess it depends where you live, but I'm pretty sure they're on Drizzly. So if you use the Drizzly app, you can get them delivered.
These are great if you have like, if you're going to like a park or going on a hike or something, or going camping. These are great because you really don't need to bring that much,
No.
and you're not just having like.
And honestly, if you're camping
Cans of
and you
beer.
don't have ice, it's like whatever you're using. Like if you have ice packs and you're keeping things cool, I mean, I guess ice would stay cool.
Yeah, I think you can. Most people will pack ice.
I feel like this would be great for tailgating. You don't have to set up the whole table.
Also very true. Now, going into the list, the Puking Cat weekend. This took over the whole weekend, basically.
It's like one of those things where I don't know that I'm ever going to recover because so many things have been set back.
And when did it start? Saturday night
It was
or Friday night?
Sunday morning at 2 a.m.
Okay. So explain. It's your cat.
So Anthony and I went to go see Doctor Strange, which we may talk about, I guess, at some point. And
Good movie.
got home a little after midnight. And so I was still awake when this happened. And anyone who owns a cat knows the sound of what I thought was a hairball. So she starts gagging. And I'm like, oh no, and it's Max. And she's in my room. So I run and just go to catch it, which I've done before. But no, it was her entire dinner that she ate 9 hours earlier. And I think she ate someone else's. Like, it just seemed like way too much for her. And I was like, oh no, Max, you're sick. For the next 30 minutes, she like puked a few more times. And we were like, oh God. Happened again in the middle of the night, Sunday morning. And then a few more times throughout Sunday morning kept happening. Wouldn't eat, but she was like fine, right? Like she was jumping in the cat tree, doing all the things, but randomly like, what is happening? Wouldn't eat.
Wait, what did you just say?
That was a burp.
No, before that.
She was
All I heard was bleh. What were the words you used? Did anyone catch that?
She was fine. Bumping around me. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Then I was talking to our friends at Motley Zoo. They gave me some tips on because I have a syringe, so I got her some chicken broth, and I got her some goat milk yogurt, which is really good for animals, apparently, for probiotic. And she actually kept all of that down for like 6 hours.
Okay.
So we were like, okay.
And we also called my cousin in Montreal, who's a vet, and she helped out a lot.
I texted my cousin, and then I texted Dr. Spar, who's a vet in London, who has been on a bunch of like Today Show and stuff like that. He's awesome. Just met him through Twitter because he was an Elvis fan. So he's been helping me. So everyone was just kind of like, you can wait it out because she's not like lethargic.
Mm-hmm.
She's clearly just throwing up. I even called a bunch of ER vets in Seattle, and all of them were just capacity this weekend. It was just chaos. So 10 p.m. last night, starts again. Every 2 hours, this cat has vomited. So if she has an appointment at 10 a.m. today, they answered me like before they got in because I texted, which I was like, oh, thank God. Because I was so scared they're going to be like, we can't take her. And I was going to just go sit outside their office.
Well, it seems like everyone is understaffed and overbooked.
So that's what, when I was calling the ER, they were like, it seems like everything happened this weekend, but we're also understaffed.
Yeah.
And there's a shortage of vets right now. I said to Anthony, I'm like, I might just go to school to be a vet tech.
Which takes a long time.
Just so that I know what to do.
Also, there were a couple comments. I saw Cheryl said that her cat was projectile vomiting this weekend, and they saw Doctor Strange.
Well,
so very similar weekends.
And then my friend Ellie, who cat sits, but we haven't seen each other in person in a few weeks, and she hasn't been here in 2 weeks. And I'm saying that because her cat also, same exact time, like Saturday night into Sunday, was throwing up.
Maybe that crazy moon that's going on right now is like
eclipse. Maybe they're witch cats.
What is it, like the pink worm wolf moon? What is it called?
It was a lunar eclipse.
No, but it's got some weird
worm. I think it's worm.
Is it a worm moon? Either way.
No.
Yeah, maybe that's like messing. And Mercury's in retrograde.
She will not drink or eat. She doesn't normally drink. I just put water in her wet food, and that's how she gets her hydration. And I was able to syringe some stuff into her yesterday, but no. So she hasn't eaten since Saturday.
Except for the stuff that you've given her, which is only one day. She ate Saturday night
at 3:30.
So she'll be all right. She may have X-rays to check for obstruction, says the Kimmy Cam.
I hope that's what they do.
Is Mercury in retrograde for everyone all the time?
What?
Like in other parts of the world?
Not all the time, but
like at the same time all the time.
Yeah, I think it's planets, not it's other planets.
But like, what if your positioning on the Earth is different?
No, it's the other planets.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
It's Mercury. It's not Earth in retrograde.
Let's see. I grow a planter for my cats. Helps with digestion. Wait, see that? Oh, a planter of grass. Okay, I missed the word there.
I did that, and then they threw up. Remember that time?
Oh, you did have cat grass, right? Let's see. What else do we have in the chat before we move on?
Man, if there's a cat pandemic and they try to come for my cat.
Oh, Audrey said that, yes, Mercury in retrograde happens everywhere, no matter where you are. And shout out to the 20-somethings Doing Nothing podcast for teaching him about that.
Damn.
Shout out to Ricky. All right, moving on. So hopefully, I guess you'll probably do some updates on your story later on, Carla Marie.
Yeah, I am. Thank God that I have if I didn't have an appointment yet at this point in time, I would be non-functioning.
Let's see. Next up, Selena Gomez has a cookware line that's coming out. And it's called, I think, Our Kitchen. Let me double check.
Wait.
What? Or it's with a company called Our Kitchen? Why are you looking at me like that?
Our Plate?
No. I didn't say Our Plate.
Well, you didn't seem confident in what you were saying.
But definitely not Our Plate. Why? What is Our Plate?
That's one of the pans we have.
No.
Is this what's trending?
It is not what's trending. Hold on. Selena Gomez. I lost the article.
Our Place. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, it's what we all just said. It's Our Place.
Okay, yeah. That is what I said. No?
You said Our Kitchen.
Oh, Our Kitchen
I
is
said
what
Our
I said.
Plate. It's
Yeah,
Our Place.
So, it's Our Place
That's what our...
and a collaboration with Selena Gomez.
Yeah,
and her
that's
whole thing.
the pen that you hate that I have.
The pink one?
The pink one.
What a piece of trash.
No, it's not a piece of trash. I got it for my nieces. They love it.
You burnt it to hell.
Something happened. I'm unsure what.
I mean, even the new pen you got,
No.
it's got some stains on
No,
it.
it doesn't.
Okay.
Then that's your fault because I clean it every time after I use it.
I've never used it. So there's that. Anyway, moving on. So the reason I brought that up is I've always fantasized about a world where we have whatever collaborations that we want, right?
Okay.
And whatever we can launch different brands and different products. What would you launch, Carla Marie? And don't say cat toys, unless you have a very specific. You can't just be like, oh, I like cats. I want to know exactly what line you would.
Can you go first? Because I have a list, and then you're never going to get to talk.
Well, we'll alternate.
Okay.
I'll do one.
So I want. Well,
You'll do one.
Okay, never
apparently.
mind. That's not a collab. That's creating a company.
No, which is fine. So what company? What's the first company?
They come to your house.
Okay.
And they say, let's figure out how we can configure everything for cats to make it cool. So it's like things built into walls. I know you can buy the shelves and do that, but no, I want you see people on TikTok that build a little room under their steps for their cats.
That's what you want to do?
Yeah, which we could do.
But don't you worry that you'll just never see your cats?
No, because they're up my butt.
It's like when
24/7.
kids have their own room and then they're stuck in their room the whole time, but you can't explain to your kids that if they don't come out, they don't get dinner.
My cats.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, basically, Court, I will invent a cat interior designer company. Thank you. Okay, next.
Okay. So in real world things that I would like to make, I would love, obviously, to have a collaboration with a sneaker company.
Yeah, well, which
Right.
one, though? You have to pick one.
It's tough because I'd be honored to have any of them.
You have to say Nike. You cannot say any other company.
That's not true.
Sure it is.
Because I wear Ultra Boost all the time. It's an Adidas brand.
Jordans.
But if I was to pick the sneaker that got me into sneaker culture, if you will, and I hate using that, but is probably the Nike Dunk. So
Yeah.
I would want a Nike Dunk specifically collaboration.
Okay.
So I'd go with that. And I do have more Nikes than anything else. But if any sneaker company really came to me, is K-Swiss still a company? Because even if K-Swiss came to me and they're like, we'd love to do a sneaker collaboration with you. Oh, they did one with Gary Vee, I think, a couple of years ago. Because I feel like Garrett got one.
Yeah, but you can't do K-Swiss.
I could.
Skechers. I mean, Kim Kardashian did Skechers.
Mm-hmm.
This is tough because, I want to say, it's hard for me because I know a lot of the companies, right? So the number one product I use all the time is the Beach Waver.
Okay.
And I would love to, design
Could they make a Waver Marie? Is that what they would call it?
Beach Marie.
Beach Marie?
I would like to make
Carla Marie's a beach?
my own beach waver. So design it myself. That would be so cool. I did tell them because they legit asked me. We were on Instagram Live. They're like, "What design would you want?" And I was like, "You guys should do a pet parent collection." And it's one of them has cats and one of them has dogs. And I think they might do it. Just saying. I mean, they didn't actually tell me that. I'm just saying they might do it.
Oh, Audrey said that Gary Vee did do a collaboration with K-Swiss. That's how we found out about the brand.
But brands that I don't know that I'm like, hey, please notice me and I would like to work with you.
Yeah. Well, and the reason, by the way, I think I would pick Nike for the sneaker collaboration is outside of Adidas and Kanye, I feel like Nike has had the best collaborations. They had a J Balvin. Was it J Balvin or Bad Bunny? Because both of them have done sneaker collaborations, but they just do really great collaborations with so many different types of artists and creators and things like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, Gary Vee, the Gary Vee, had a collaboration with K-Swiss. The other thing, and this is a company I would make as opposed to a collaboration, is I want to make I guess you'd call it a workout gear brand, but I want it to be cheap. I want it to be very
Oh,
affordable.
but not
'cause-
cheap quality.
Not cheap quality. No. Good quality. But I'm not trying to like be a billionaire off of it. If I made $1 per item, I'd be fine. Because I look up like workout shorts all the time to try to find like the perfect shorts. I have a very specific type of short that I like to wear to the gym. And
they're like $90.
it's like, 75 to $120 per pair of shorts.
Speaking of, that reminds me, I would love a collaboration with Athleta. If I could just be like the Carla Marie pant, and it's perfect because they do name their pants like names of things.
Wasn't there a brand? I don't know if you did it for what's trending, or there was a brand that would name their clothes
after people
after the people who work there. Yeah,
who was that?
I can't. But I feel like we had a friend whose ex worked there, and there was a.
No. I think you're putting two things together. It's Show Me Your Moo,
Okay.
and they are named after different people. And there was one named after your friend's ex-girlfriend. It wasn't actually named after her, but it was her last name, and we thought it was.
Okay, got it.
You just put two things together, I think. Yeah.
It's close enough, though.
Oh my God, yeah. Athleta, take all my money.
Athleta doesn't make guy stuff, do they?
No, but I think they have like you know how like Gap and Old Navy are the same?
Yes.
I think there's another like athleisure company under their same umbrella. But I think it's only in Canada and online. But who knows?
It's not like the same company as Lululemon.
No,
I don't know. I know my guy friends who wear the Lululemon pants. They all swear by it.
They are the Lululemon like flying pants. I have them. They're way
flying pants.
Oh, travel pant. I think they're called the Traveler or something.
Okay.
I call them my flying pants because that's what I wear when I fly. But the Amazon version, because my Lululemon ones are too tight.
Okay.
But they are like they're great for you can wear them to work, but also
Gotcha.
they're like athleisure.
Actually, when I was in San Diego, my friend Sean and I, who I was visiting, we went out to grab food for everybody. And while we were waiting for the food to finish and be prepared and everything, we actually went to the Lululemon store. And he was showing me all the things that he likes there. We were like doing a little shopping trip together.
No, I think
I just can't. I can't.
I think it's better for men than women in a lot of cases.
I just don't know if I can bring myself to spend like $80 on a pair of shorts I'm just going to work out in.
Ooh, Ricky.
Yes.
But I found the best leggings on Amazon, and they're supposed to be Lululemon dupes. Send them to me because I can do that in what's trending. Because I did the travel pants I'm talking about as Lululemon travel dupes in what's trending.
I love how we've rebranded knockoffs and fakes
As
to dupes. Oh, it's an Amazon dupe. No, it's a company probably in
No.
China that is doing the
Okay.
same exact thing for like and probably paying their employees like 8 cents per garment.
I will say that could be the case.
Yeah.
However,
Dupes.
no, in the beauty world, like you can buy Kylie's freaking cosmetics, but then you look at like something like Elf and it's like an $8 lip gloss when it's $45 for her,
Yes.
and that's the dupe. So because they all use the same factory. That's
Yeah.
like if you shop on Italic.
That's the whole point of Italic, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like it'll literally tell you I have sunglasses that are made in the same factory as it's like some insane brand that I would never buy, but mine were $30.
Well, sunglasses are also weird because
They're all the same company.
almost
Everything.
every single sunglass brand you see is owned by the same company.
Mhm. It's
It's the company that also owns Sunglass Hut.
I'll do a whole thing on Italic one day. I have a referral code too, so don't buy anything unless I give it to you.
So why don't you just do it now?
Well, I have to get my link.
Oh, okay.
They don't make it easy.
So those are the collaborations. If anyone's out there, if you work at a sneaker company or at Athleta, or if you know how to do interior cat design things, you can talk to Carla Marie, or just do it yourself because she just gave you that.
Also, I will do. There's this new. I don't even know what it's called. I love it. They gave me a sample at my face place. True Physical. I gotta reach out to these people because whatever they invented, I put it on my face. It's a tinted moisturizer. I want to do it on you. It's apparently like no matter what your skin tone is, it just makes it look amazing. And I've been doing that most days and no makeup.
Okay.
Also, Mega Babe.
Let's see.
Hi, guys.
This is from
I'll make a thigh rub.
HailGene666. Said Kylie and ColourPop
Yep.
use the same facilities.
Yep.
Or used to share facilities.
Ricky.
What is Ricky saying?
She said I need to try Mega Babe.
What is Mega Babe?
It's the thigh rub that we were all using at Stagecoach. Like all the girls, and we use it on our arms. Remember the one day Becca didn't use it and she was like, oh my God. And her arm, just from walking and sweating, were getting like all raw. When we go to Disney, there's going to be a morning rub down of me and my Mega Babe.
So what is it like? What is in it?
I can go
You're
get
just
it.
like lubing yourself up? Is it like?
It's like a super. It's almost like putting silk on your body, is what it feels
But
like.
what is it made out of?
I don't know.
What is the thing you're putting on
Go
yourself?
Get it.
I'm not moving. Brandy Washington, Brandy WA. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs.
Cheers.
Cheers to you as we continue drinking our on the rocks. I have my old fashioned.
I have a jalapeno pineapple marg. So freaking good. Yeah, Heather on Long Island. Mega Babe was supposed to give me a code. I had just randomly commented on someone's Instagram post that had posted about them.
It's like an anti-chafing bar.
Yeah,
right?
and I was like, oh my God, I need this. And I went and bought it for Stagecoach, and I had posted it because I said that, and everyone was like, go buy it, go buy it, go buy it. And I was like, okay, why didn't I know about this company? Jeez, I'm sorry. And I posted that I bought it at Target, and people were like, it will change your life. And I had tagged them, and they reached out to me, and they were like, thank you so much for posting about us. We want to send you some more products to try. And I was like, okay. And I was like, can I have a code for people? And they said, yeah. And I have to check because I don't think they gave it to me. But I got their boob dust. I haven't used that yet.
Hell's boob dust?
It's like a powder you put in your boobs.
What does it do?
Stops you from like sweating.
Okay. Well, I could use that.
For where?
I get some boob sweat, some under boob sweat, and middle boob right
I literally
here.
can like
my cleavage sweat.
Yeah, we know about it. Definitely not.
Also, I love what just happened, and I think it's too far into the chat to see it on the screen right now. But a second ago, Brandy WA gifted 5 subs, and then we just got a first-time chat from Jim on Sports, who said, "Brandy, thanks for the gifted sub."
Jim.
So that is really cool.
Why is it not sports with the Z?
Because he probably talks about real sports, or at least comments on real sports.
Yeah.
Not sports with a Z.
Anyway, there's a ton of products from them that I started using. There's if I was going to tell you, there's a black soap
the boob
bar.
sweat and the anti-chafing is the same company.
Yeah, and there's a black soap in the shower. You'll see it. It's a charcoal. It's for under your armpits. It's supposed to help like detox so that like because we put on deodorant clogs and clogs and clogs the pores. This is supposed to help detox so that if you're using like a natural deodorant, it'll actually work. And I've been using their natural deodorant. Life-changing.
You're less stinky?
You need to give it a whirl.
Okay. I just use a spray usually.
And
I'm
I have
spray
a
person.
mask you can put on your armpit.
Speaking of deodorant, I was at the gym on Friday night, which I've got to suggest. I know, Carla Marie, you posted from going to the supermarket on Friday night, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, I love going there on Fridays. It's empty." The gym on a Friday night also phenomenal.
Empty?
So it closes an hour earlier.
Oh.
At least the one here, the LA Fitness in Ballard. But I got there around 7:30.
Okay.
It closes at 10. By 8:15, there was like no one there.
Were you just like
It was
skipping? I imagine you
phenomenal.
like skipping around the gym with like dumbbells in your hands.
However, there was one person who was there, and I'd never seen them before, but they were a little stinky. And I want to be like, I wonder, because I'm sure I've been the stinky person at times, right? If you go to the gym, you're going to be a stinky person at some point. So I'm not trying to like bash on this person for being stinky, but it always brings up the same question I've had many times.
Do you tell someone?
Would someone like to know?
So
like, I wonder if they're not from a stranger, but if it was someone I knew at the gym, I talk to all the time, and there's a, hey man, if you got some spray deodorant or I got some in my bag, go like spray yourself down.
I get sad because I wonder like, does that person have close friends? Because like, if I'm stinky, I expect you to like, you'll be like, your breath smells. I'll tell you if you're stinky.
But it's different when
you
you're
get
at the gym.
mad if you're like, well then don't smell me.
Yeah, I didn't tell you to put your nose in my armpit.
Well, I didn't do that.
You do sometimes. It's
So
weird.
at Orange Theory, there's signs everywhere that are like, please use deodorant. We have spray deodorant in the bathroom. And then now the instructors make announcements at the end of class. Like, just a reminder, please wear deodorant.
You know, that
like,
is.
I'm like, I swear to you, there is only in Seattle. There's no other time they're doing this.
I wonder if it's just across the board. They're like, let's just make sure we get this messaging out there so that we don't have to ever say it again. But the they added a placard type thing in the gyms. And in some gyms, they'll say, like, make sure you're not allowed to take pictures in here, things like that. The one they added was like, don't do steroids.
So it's like, was it from Dare?
I don't know. It was so weird. I walked in one day. This is a little while ago when they added it, but there was a don't do steroids
Do you
sign.
think because everyone was like, hey, that guy's getting too big, talking about you, and they had to put it up for you?
It could have been me. They could have just written Anthony. Please don't take steroids. They may have heard that radio station that one day that claimed I took steroids. That one guy.
Anyway, I went almost a whole year, like, not wearing deodorant. I would wear it for events, like, through the panini. Like, during our road trip, I obviously wore deodorant.
I don't wear it every day.
But there's days now where I don't. Well, it's getting to the warmer time, and I don't like feeling sweat, so
Yeah.
I'll wear it. But
Let's see. Wait, someone said you took steroids. Yeah, there was a whole thing. Not gonna rehash that.
well, not you.
Huh?
Not you specifically. A character of you.
So someone who does fake bits on the radio every day decided to take shots at me and Carla Marie
You guys
and-
know what we're talking about.
and called himself Tony. And the steroids thing, I didn't really. He was like this meathead who talked about taking steroids or something, and that actually didn't, from what I have gathered, that part didn't bother me, right? Because I haven't actually listened to it.
Neither.
But then there was like, I guess because of the steroids in this bit, there was like roid rage or something, and then he got like abusive, and that's the part I was like, I don't mess around with domestic abuse at all.
Yeah, we know.
That is not a topic that I joke around about.
They do, though. How can you not wear deodorant, Martha said.
I don't know.
I'll be
I don't
honest.
feel like I'm that stinky of a person.
Well,
As long as I shower every day, I don't think I'm a stinky person. Like, I don't think here's the thing. I sweat a lot. I absolutely sweat a lot. I'm so good at sweating. Some would say I'm the best in the world at it.
that's the thing. I don't really sweat unless I'm truly like hydrated and working out.
But even when I do sweat a lot, I don't think I stink right away. Like, if I didn't shower for a couple days, then yeah, I'll start stinking. But as long as I shower, I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can we start doing sniff tests every day?
Sure. Nick
Both of us.
NYC718 said LA Fitness in Lacey, Washington has the don't take steroids warning as well.
Only
Do
the
they-
men's locker room.
I was going to say, well, I'm assuming Nick hasn't got into the women's locker room, but I wonder if...
Wait,
What?
what did you say about a couple of days?
As if I could go without a couple days without showering. What?
Why are you doing that?
I have in the past. I don't do it often. Everyone's got a couple days without showering.
Okay.
Everyone.
Okay.
You ever feel crappy and you're like, I'm just not showering.
No
I'm
one
just not moving.
Okay, I think this would actually get the internet, other than the people who follow us on Twitch and understand why we're doing it. We need to do a video. I'll make it a reel for 1 week. We sniff test each other. People on the internet are going to lose their mind and get mad and angry because that's something they get mad about.
I'm not sniffing your armpits every day.
Why? They smell so nice right now.
I don't feel like doing that. It's Magnat. Megan said, I don't shower every day. See, some people don't need to shower every day.
I actually didn't shower yesterday, but that's because I was in a tizzy with Max.
I love showering. I
Me
know.
too.
I don't know if that sounds weird to people, but I love just standing in the shower.
Yeah, I'm aware.
It's my favorite. 90% of the time I'm in the shower, I'm just standing there. Have you ever sat on the floor of the shower?
No, but you need to stop taking long showers because we, as a society, do not have water.
It's fair. I mean, I can't argue with that.
I watched an Instagram video of Heather Ray Young from Selling Sunset.
Okay.
And I kept seeing all the comments were like, oh my God, the water. Oh my God, the water. And I was like, what is happening? And it was her nightly beauty routine.
Mhm.
And she does like a 10-step routine and just had the water running the entire time.
Listen,
I was watching
I
it.
learned that in like second grade. You're not
I
supposed to do that.
I'm going to be honest with you. And I literally gave her the benefit of the doubt watching a reality show, like whatever things, make you look bad at the show. Probably not real.
What show was this?
Selling Sunset.
Okay.
I'm done.
And this is on the show
I
that
am-
happened, or was
No,
it a
on her
social
Instagram.
post? Okay.
I am out. The running of the water just sent. I'm telling you, I have been fired up
And
about
she's
it
in
for 5.
she's in California,
They
right?
don't have anything there.
Woo.
They don't have water. They got fire. What is she doing?
Man, oh man,
So
she is killing that environment.
I literally was brushing my teeth today, and I was like getting fired up thinking about it all over again. So
Let's see. I'm a bedtime shower taker. I think I want to become a bedtime shower taker because I feel like I would sleep better.
no, I just shower immediately after I work out, which is not at bedtime.
I started. This is the last gym thing I'm gonna say. I started using the sauna again
Mm-hmm.
after the gym, which then leads me to shower when I'm at the gym because it is. I told you I sweat well. You should see me after a sauna.
Yes,
It is disgusting.
I have to dry
which-
off.
That's kind of the point of it. But I'm more. I think I need to shower in the morning more than I need to shower at night because I need that shower in the morning to like get me going.
Right, but in the summer, I sometimes take night showers. It depends.
Oh yeah.
I don't like getting into bed after my legs were sweaty.
Have you ever had an apartment or a house that had no air conditioning whatsoever?
Yeah, I've lived here in Seattle.
Yeah, but I guess in Jersey. Because in Seattle, it's
Yeah.
really not that bad, other than like maybe
In
2 or 3
college.
weekends.
In college.
So
I would used to take showers at the end of the hall and go to bed like with soaking wet hair and freezing as much as I could.
So my college girlfriend, when she had a house off campus, when she had a place off campus, they had a place that it was a house with a couple girls, and there was no air conditioning outside of the living room.
Okay.
And I would have to take, because it's New Jersey and it's like August.
Everything's wet.
I would have to take freezing cold showers and then go sleep on the couch because I was like, I'm just not going to sweat all night.
No.
It's not happening.
Also, when you just started talking about Jersey and college, you said a couple girls.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I don't sound like I'm from Staten Island. Next on the list, gonna keep going through this because we are also gonna be done like right at 9 o'clock today, so that Carla Marie can make sure she gets Max to the doctor.
I need 30 minutes to get her in the carrier.
The puking cat. Bling, because you just mentioned which show? Selling Sunset.
Yes.
What?
I heard something out there.
You want to go check to make sure there's not a puking cat?
Pause.
So we'll pause for a second.
Talk about bingo.
Bingo or ready to drink?
Both.
Okay. So we do have, like it says on the screen, the RTD awards, the Ready to Drink awards. She's just yelling. She doesn't even know what happened. She just yelled Erica when she walked out there. Ooh, thank you, Lenny, for the cat emotes in there. So the RTD awards, the Ready to Drink awards, we are going to be enjoying some of these on the rocks beverages while we're doing it, but we're going to be giving out best overall award, some superlatives like best for a barbecue, best poolside, things like that. And what I liked about doing it last year was it actually helped me narrow down the things that I needed to look at a liquor store when I went, shopping over the summer. So hang out with us, have some drinks. It'll be a good time. Should take about an hour and a half. What happened? What did she do?
Miss Erica
Yes.
had this in the hallway up here.
Oh, wow. She brought it all the way from downstairs, huh?
The side of the sink. It's the half of the
Syringe.
syringe that I was using for Max.
She is impressive. She's a very
She carried this in her mouth.
dexterous cat. She
Or in
uses
her
her
hand.
hands a lot. And she'll like carry things and pick them up with her hands. She's pretty impressive, honestly.
I was telling Anthony that when I go to get into, like, if I get up to go to the bathroom at like 2 a.m. and then I go back to get in bed and my foot is like hanging off the bed as I go to get in, this psycho pops out from under the bed and grabs my foot. It is what nightmares are made of.
Yeah, she's something. She's a very pretty cat and unbelievably crazy. Kind of like her namesake. You gonna let her out? Okay, then we can get back to the show.
Goodbye.
Created by Cooper says she looks just like her kitty.
Aw.
Yeah, she is a crazy, crazy cat. Very pretty. Sometimes
But I
she'll
heard this in the hallway through.
sometimes she'll decide to cuddle, but normally just being crazy.
Chris, I say that all the time.
What?
That cats do have the
Mm-hmm.
crazy hot scale the same way people do. The hotter they are, the crazier they are.
All right. So you were mentioning Selling Sunset, the other reality show that I don't watch, but
I
also
think-
on Netflix,
I
right?
think it might be the same producers. Yeah.
And you're also now watching, was it Bling Dynasty? No, it's Duck Dynasty. What are you watching? It's on the screen, right? Empire. No, Bling Empire.
Bling Empire season 2 on Netflix. I think I got a lot of people to start in here to start watching it last season.
So I have not actually sat down to watch any of these episodes, but I have heard many of them.
Mhm.
And yesterday, as I was making some tea and doing the dishes, Carla Marie's watching an episode of Bling Dynasty, and no, Bling Empire. I like Bling Dynasty more. So she's watching the episode, and
It's so bad.
I can only overhear, I guess, two characters on the show, two people on the show, start dating, right? They go on a date, they go on like a vacation weekend of some sort together.
That was just the test to see. Like, they didn't actually stay in the same room either.
Okay.
That was just like hey, let's just hang out alone, the two of us. Let's do like a little road trip away from LA and see if we like each other.
And it's all Asians. The show is based on Asians in the jewelry district, in the jewelry
No,
something.
they just are rich and have jewelry. and go and
so
have
that's
their
why it's called Bling, because it wasn't one of them in a jewelry store at one point?
every episode they're just like, oh, I'm going to meet my diamond
Oh.
jeweler, my diamond dealer. Like it's
Okay.
just it's there's
And
I
they're
don't
all-
even know what none of them have jobs.
And
I
they're
don't-
all in the Los Angeles area.
Yeah, and I explain this the best way to explain it is it's Crazy Rich Asians, if you've seen that movie, meets like Selling Sunset vibes. It's,
Okay.
It's very much just like that.
So, I love the Spice Girls on the circle. Oh,
That's a
totally
whole
different.
nother-
I was like, where are we going? So, these two people, the guy asked the girl out. They go on this weekend trip together, whatever. Right?
Mhm.
Do they hook up at all?
No.
They don't hook up.
We haven't where I am in the show. I haven't seen them even,
At this point, yeah, that's what I'm asking.
No.
So they go on this trip. They don't hook up. They stay in separate rooms. Then they come back to reality, and they all have the same group of friends that are on this reality show. And the most flamboyant character on the show,
Kane.
decides to tell the woman who was on this tryst
Kim.
that the guy she went out with,
Kevin.
Kevin,
Everyone has a K name apparently.
they're like the Kardashians,
Yeah.
but first names.
Also, yeah.
No, they are first names. Anyway, that he, I guess, had hooked up with a girl like the week before they went on this romantic getaway to get to see if they would want to date.
He makes it sound to her that Kevin has sex with the girl and then the next morning like leaves on their trip.
Yes,
Is what
which-
he makes it sound like.
But here, and this is where we disagreed a little bit yesterday, because obviously that
He comes
creates.
out of nowhere and is like, so what? And I'm
Well, I
like,
was doing dishes. I had no choice other than to watch and listen to what was going on. So here's where I stand on it, because obviously that created drama, because the woman finds out the guy she just went on a date with had sex with someone else recently, so on and so forth. They start arguing. There's a whole blow up. And I think to a degree, unless someone, listen, if you asked, hey, have you hooked up with anyone recently?
right.
And they said, no, it's been a year. Then you find out later it was a week. You have reason,
But here's
and you're justified to be angry because you asked a question you were lied to.
okay, here was the issue is that you, like everyone on social media and everyone in the world, just popped in for a second and got that part of the
No,
story.
I saw like the development of the
He
dating.
was begging her to date him,
Yeah.
calling her, FaceTiming him.
It was a full court press. He was really trying. Yes. That still doesn't mean, because at that point she had not given him any indication that she wanted to be with him, right? Yes or no?
No, she said I like you. But she's just scared she had a bad relationship.
Okay.
She's scared.
But she didn't say, oh yes, let's get into a relationship right away. She didn't say, oh my God, I felt this way about you as well.
If you were trying to get me to constantly go on dates with you and I was like, I don't know, I don't want to ruin our friendship, like what she says, right? If this gets ruined, it ruins everything.
Yeah.
And I keep saying that. And then you're like, I promise, like, let's just try, blah, blah, blah. And then
Yeah.
the day before we're supposed to go on a date, I found out that you had sex with another girl. I would not believe that everything you've been telling me
Okay, but
is real.
let me play, not even devil's advocate. I disagree, because right there you said you were in this scenario, right?
Mhm.
She's saying, no, I don't know.
No, she likes
Right?
him. She doesn't want to ruin their friendship.
Okay, but right there is uncertainty. She's not saying, yes, I feel the same and we should do this. She's
But-
saying there is uncertainty, so this is a possible no. Therefore, if it's a possible no,
No, here's why it's wrong. Because then you just having sex with a random chick
yeah.
unjustifies everything you've been telling me.
Why?
Because if you truly believe that we should be together, blah, blah, and you wouldn't do that.
I disagree.
Sounds like if anyone just appeared, they'd think we're like
No. Mainly because in this situation, the Bling Empire show, Bling Dynasty is going to be the show in my brain for the rest of ever. I don't think he owes her anything other than honesty before they actually start dating. And if they have not done anything and this is their first date, how do you owe someone your time before you started dating them? You know what I mean? It doesn't really make sense. You can't, not that you
No.
can't judge me, because you can judge everything, right? Whether you're mad or not is kind of
what
irrelevant.
you don't know is that they had a first date prior, but she stood him up.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. She stood him up and then she got mad that he hooked up with someone else? That makes no sense.
Well, then we come to find out that the whole drama was unnecessary because it actually wasn't right before they went on their date.
Instead of 1 week, it was like 3 or 4
weeks ago. And like, okay, then that's fine.
But okay,
Oh,
so
they're both. I'll be honest with you. Last season, there were people that I liked. This season, I don't think there is a single character on that show that I like except.
is it all new people?
No. I'm like, I don't know what happened to them
Oh.
this season. Except for Jamie, the super, super young girl. I like her, except I can 100% tell when something is a conversation that a producer told them to do. I'm watching it and I'm like,
because a producer always goes in there and goes like, tell me what you don't like about Erica or something.
No. I mean, not even in their confessionals.
No,
like,
I know. And then they just let them go and they have a conversation with someone.
And they just go and they're like.
And the reason I use the name Erica, by the way, is because Made by Erica just popped in the chat and said, sex and love are different. He wants a relationship with her, but was obviously horny. Both can be true. And I agree with that 100%. You might have, that's like saying, okay, let me give you an example. Totally different, non-relationship, right? Non-P and V status here. You might have a dream job. Does that mean you don't take any job until you get your dream job?
That's literally cannot compare.
How so? How can you not compare the two? Because if I might have a dream girl in my brain, I might have someone who's in my life that I want to have a relationship with. But if I'm not at that point yet, if that door has not opened, then I got to find something else.
The difference is the door was open. You just didn't go inside. He just didn't go inside yet.
But you also said she stood him up on a date, right?
Yeah.
So now why does she get to be angry at him after she stood him up on a date?
Because they continued to talk and
she stood him up on a date. There isn't a more rude thing you could do than standing someone up on a date.
I agree. I was pissed when she did it. I was like, that's effed up.
Okay.
All I'm saying is.
I also think, by the way, I think you can compare relationships to almost every other situation in the world. Sorry, that was in the chat. Audrey said, you can't compare a job with a relationship. I think you can make comparisons in everything.
All I'm saying is, okay, your cousin Michelle is in here.
Yeah.
If she came to you and she was like, this guy that I was supposed to be going on a date with, he's been trying to get me to go out with him for a while. He sent me flowers. He calls me every day. I decide I go on a date with him. And then I find out a week later that the day before we went on the date, he had sex with another girl.
Okay.
What would you say to her?
The key that you said there, Carla Marie, was he has been trying for a long time to take me out on a date, right? Why does one person in a relationship get to postpone things as much as they want, with the expectation
that
the other...
Are you blaming her?
No.
You're blaming her.
All I'm saying is that these are not equal expectations. You can't say I've been putting someone off. This isn't like, oh, we started dating and I just haven't given it up yet. That's a whole different story. Right? This is I've pushed this person off for even a date. Even the first conversation of, is this going to be something, right? How come one person, male or female, gets to push that back as long as they want until they're ready and then expect the other person to be waiting the whole time? That's where this doesn't make any sense, to me at least. Does that make any sense?
This is kind of also like what happened to us too at one point. And we talked about this when we said that on the day that or the day after we did the questions of when we started dating, like we were exploring what our relationship would be, and then we decided not to. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna see other people, and you were like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, what do you mean I can't do that?
Yeah, a little different, because something had started and stopped and whatnot. D in Palm Beach, there's no exclusivity at that point, so why is it a problem?
It's not like a you cheated on me problem. It's a I have a hard time believing everything you've been telling me. And it's not just because they were friends first, right?
Yes.
So there's a lot of like courting where he's like, I really think we should be together. And she's just like, I'm scared to ruin what we have as friends. It's not like, I don't think I like you. I don't think you're attractive. Like, it's a lot of like, she was scared to be with him that way because she didn't want to ruin everything. So there's a lot of where he's like, I think what we could have was great, blah, blah. I really like you. And then boom, he's banging.
No, and I understand all of it. And
also the interesting thing here didn't happen. That's the best part.
This interesting thing here is, especially when it comes to relationships and feelings, you're allowed to feel however you want to feel, right? Like, feelings don't necessarily have to make sense in relationships because your heart does crazy things. So whether or not this girl, what was her name?
Kim
Kim,
Lee, DJ Kim Lee.
she has every right to be upset because it's something that triggered her and made her upset. What I'm saying is when you back up out of the situation, it's not your heart in there, and you can look at it as here are all the facts all lined up. I just don't think that her anger matches up with what happened.
I'll give him credit because she's like, "Did you hook up with a
And
girl?"
right away.
And he was like, "Yeah, I did."
And he didn't even flinch. He was like, "Yeah, I did."
And I was like, "Okay."
Better than
But then-
I would have been like, "Oh, well, what do you mean about? I don't know."
Like, what do you define hook up? That
Yeah.
would be Anthony. But come to find out, like I said, it didn't actually happen the week of or anything. It was like weeks prior because Kane is a shit stirrer. Go watch Bling Empire.
You know what's funny? And if you watch this,
Kim has reposted my Instagram stories before.
so Kim is the girl in the situation, right?
Yeah.
Give me the names again. Kim, Kane, and Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kim is the woman in the situation. Kevin is the guy. They're the ones who went on the date. And Kane is like the gay best friend of Kim, right? Or like everyone on the show. Right? So here, and every guy who has been in some sort of annoying situation with a woman and her female or male best friend,
Yeah.
right, gay or not, has felt like this, where you're being ganged up on and being made out to be the bad guy. And now Kevin, he's a good looking dude.
Mhm.
He's like pretty big. Like he's considerably taller than the two other ones. He's much bigger. And you can tell he has so much anger built
breaks
up.
the glass in
And he
his
does. He
hand.
breaks the glass. Is it in his hand or on the wall?
It's in his.
Does he like
I think he
squeeze
does
it?
this.
But you know that there's so much anger, and he's just looking around at the situation like, if this was a group of guys that I could fight, I would be fighting right now, but I just can't.
Well, I thought he was going to. I don't know. Listen.
And he's just,
I shall.
and it sucks because he has to just sit there and take it. Meanwhile, when you're watching as an audience member, yes, you can be mad. I agree. You can be mad that he hooked up with someone, whether it makes sense or not, who cares? But you almost have to sympathize with him because he's just sitting there taking all of it, and then you find out all the details, and he's not actually
Yeah.
as wrong
I
as
would
they
lose
made
my
him
mind.
out to be.
Yeah.
I would have been losing my S.
So anyway, Bling
whatever.
Empire on Netflix. It's easy to binge. You also don't have to pay a lot of attention to it. Like it's something I'll put on and do something else.
Uh-huh.
Whole first season, watch. Then this is the second season. It's super easy to binge.
But
And if you're wondering, yes, I'm caught up on The Circle, and I cannot wait for new episodes to drop. I am losing my mind.
do they do it weekly?
Yeah, they drop like 4 episodes at once. So
Oh, okay.
there was one drop, another drop, and then this is the final 4.
Interesting.
I
think with a show like that, you almost have to do it.
Yeah, because if then the first day I know who wins and
Yeah.
I'm tweeting about it. But something happened that you watch The Circle and you know how like they have to they say out loud what they want the computer to send
Yes.
to everyone else. I was texting Scotty B in my car the other day
Mhm.
through Siri, and I'm like, oh, I didn't want to say hey blank and throw off everyone's thing. But I'm telling him all like the stuff about recycling. It was something he said on his podcast.
Okay.
And I'm like, blah,
The
blah.
Serial Killers podcast?
Yeah, and I'm like, and this and this and this, send. And you don't say send with Siri. It just sends when you're done talking. And I was like, and it sent the word send in the text. And I was like, what?
Oh, they did it
Oh.
on The Circle?
Because they're like, circle send. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been watching Circle too much.
Let's see. Couple things. Number one, is there a person named Emerson on The Circle?
Yeah. Shut up. It was your cruise director. Okay,
Uh,
that makes me happy because I'm always like, is this real life?
Yeah, who was that? Helgen?
Helgene, yeah.
Helgene said, I know Emerson. He was my cruise director. Second thing, Jordy Matthews said, sorry if I missed it. Have you guys watched the Ozark final season? I have watched it. I am caught up. That's all I'll say because I don't know if anyone's catching up right now.
I made Anthony tell me what happens. And you need to tell me what happens at the end of Sons of Anarchy. I've refused to watch.
No, I won't do that.
I'm just going to watch the last episode of Sons of Anarchy.
It's going to make
Lost,
no sense.
And Ozark.
If you watch Ozark will make sense because most of the characters are consistent.
Mhm.
Sons of Anarchy would make no sense. If you only watch season 1,
No, I watched like 3 or 4 seasons.
still, there's 7. If you watch the season finale or the series finale, it makes no sense because there are so many characters that you'd be like, who is this person? Why are they in this show? Why are they in this montage?
There was a point in my life, probably high school, where I was like, I'm reckless. I'm going to read the last page of every book I'm reading. And I would read the last page.
So
and then I
reckless.
was like, why'd I do that? So
Does it make any sense?
No, because then I just read the whole book, like trying to figure out how did we get to that point. So I started watching Lost way after everyone else did. It was like back in the time when we just started binging TV shows. Like, oh, we can binge watch things.
Oh, yeah.
Things are on demand. I was working for Elvis's show, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. And I remember I started reading a random article that popped up, and it didn't tell me there was gonna be a spoiler. And I was like, well, now I'm done, and I haven't watched it since.
What show was that?
Lost, because I know what happens, and I'm not gonna be a dick and tell everybody. But I think I'm gonna watch the last episode of Lost, Sons, and Ozark.
Go for it. Go for it. Let's see. Life is a hike. So that only makes sense to watch the ending of a sporting game, a sporting event. Yeah. Because you even in basketball, sometimes you're just like, I don't need to watch more than 2 minutes of the end of this game. Let's see what else we have here.
I always say you only need the last 2 minutes of every sporting event.
No, I think baseball's different.
Yeah, you need the last inning.
Not even then, because a lot of times the last inning, nothing changes. Baseball, even going into the ninth inning, which there's closers, and that's the high stress moment. That's the high stress inning. The team going into the final inning, into the ninth inning with the lead, wins something like 94% of the time. So even like Mariano Rivera, who I think is the greatest closer of all time, everyone kind of gives him that title, had the easiest job in baseball. Yeah. I know there's high pressure situations, and Mariano did it with the World Series and playoff indications almost all the time. But it's unless you're better than 96 or 97%,
that's fair.
You're really not that good. You're just doing the status quo for your team. So, and that's a real stat, by the way. I think it's like 94%, 95% is the win ratio of teams going into the ninth inning, regardless of the amount of that lead. 1 run or 6 runs.
Wow. Are the Yankees on today?
The Yankees are playing today.
I feel like you haven't been watching the Yankees.
I actually have been listening to them.
Oh.
The other day, actually, when I was coming back from the gym, it was the game they lost, unfortunately. But I was coming back from the gym. I turned on in the 8th inning, and hearing Michael Kay.
I love it. That's why
I'm sorry, not Michael Kay. John Sterling and Susan Waldman do their thing. I just kind of hung out there, drove around for a while. It was fantastic.
I told you to stop doing that.
I can't.
He keeps being like, oh, I drove around for an hour before I went to the gym. I'm like, sir.
I drive for like 10 minutes.
First of all, gas is expensive. Second, that's bad for the environment.
Get on your bike and ride around. Car. Oh, man. My whole bike situation is all
If anyone fixes electronic bikes.
E-bikes?
I also just said bikes. Electronic bikes in the Seattle area, please let me know, because there is a bike inside of my house right now that is broken.
What?
And I can't get to my laundry or to my
You can get to your
toilet.
laundry. Relax. You have 2 toilets. You're fine.
Yeah, I got to go up the steps, though.
We do have to get out of here because Carla Marie needs to take Max over to the doctor and see why she's thrown up so much.
Yeah, it's a thing.
And let's see, what time is the vet appointment? It's in less than an hour, so Carla Marie's going to have to get out of here.
Yeah, but.
What?
One more thing.
There's one more thing? Oh, the morning brew. Go for it, Carla Marie.
I'm so excited. So.
It was supposed to happen in an hour or so.
Yeah, but they are amazing and they moved it. So I've talked about the Morning Brew on this show before. It's a newsletter that also has so it's called the Morning Brew, but they also have break-off newsletters. So that's their main one. But then they've got the Sidekick, which is my favorite. Money Scoop, Retail Brew, Marketing Brew. There's like Tech Brew. It's basically just like different categories. And it's actually where I get a decent amount of stories that I end up doing in the morning show podcast because they're so unique. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them are involved in business and whatever.
Emerging Tech Brew.
Emerging Tech Brew. That's the one. So I've been signed up for over a year. I'm going to put the link in here in a second. You put the link in when you sign up, I get free things.
Is it paid?
No.
Oh, cool.
Like everyone, I got a mug, I got some stickers, and I'm a few away from maybe a backpack at this point. I'm very excited. Cool. They do a great job at their referral program, and I would like to know more about it. Anyway, so I follow a lot of the writers for the newsletter on Twitter, but I didn't know one of the writers started following me back and apparently listened to the Morning Show podcast.
Cool.
So I get an email last week that says like Sidekick interview, and I'm like, what the heck? Morning Brew. And one of the writers emailed me because she wants to interview me for the routine feature they do on Wednesdays in Sidekick. And it's just about like
What is Sidekick?
Sidekick is
it another
it's
newsletter?
another newsletter
Okay.
off of the Morning Brew. And it's about the routine is just like different business owners or just people who have like unique schedules essentially. And it's about the different things that they do. So it's going to be in this Wednesdays. We were supposed to talk today, but she's so freaking nice. No, it's Sabrina. Yeah, Sabrina is who is interviewing me. And we're going to interview tomorrow.
Do you know when it's supposed to go
This
live?
Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you have to do it either today or tomorrow.
And I said to her, because we were supposed to talk today, and I emailed her late last night, and I told her, and she's so freaking nice. She's like, oh my God, no, take your cat to the vet, figure it out. I was
Imagine if she was like, no, your cat can die.
well, she was like, also, I told her, I'm like, we can do the interview before my show on Tuesday morning. I know you have to write it for Wednesday. But she's like, nope, no worries at all. So I am like jacked up over this. I'm so excited. So I'm going to put the link in here so you can subscribe to their newsletter, and then I can get a free backpack.
Also, shout out to Jill from New Jersey, who said so excited to be able to tune back in live today for the first time in weeks.
No way.
So welcome. We are going to get out of here soon, but welcome back. Let's see. Selena Gomez has cookware. You need to watch the beginning of the show.
You didn't even talk about like what she was doing with them, though.
It's a cookware line. It's not that fancy. She's got cookware with, what was it?
Our Place.
Our Place. So, but it was more of just a conversation started to see what we would want to do. Yeah. And I think I would also, that Schwartz company, I'd like to make them all out of recycled plastics. I think that'd be kind of cool. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Don't forget, we do have our special broadcast Wednesday evening.
Yep.
5:30 on the West Coast, 8:30 on the East Coast. Our friends at On the Rocks will be providing us with some cocktails. If you'd like to drink along, you can check them out.
Literally, if you just joined, you just need to take one of them, and pour it over ice.
You don't want to do both. You don't want to do an old-fashioned and a margarita together.
Boom.
So cheers to you, Carla Marie.
Cheers, Cheers,
Thank
everybody.
you for the drinks on the rocks, and we will see you tomorrow at the same time. Peace.